Welcome back to Tiger Times Online. Today, I will introduce to you a new action-packed comedy film from 2021, Red Notice. Warnings, spoilers ahead. The movie starts off with an educational video that essentially summarizes the birth of 3 Cleopatra eggs, one of the most valuable treasures in the world. In the film, they mention how Mark Antony gave Cleopatra 3 bejeweled eggs on their wedding day. And now supposedly, a farmer dug up 2 of the eggs in Cairo in 1907, but the third one remains a mystery. Right after this, we see that a mysterious figure is forging a fake egg. Meanwhile, FBI agent John Hartley is working with Interpol Inspector Das to apprehend the thief who stole Cleopatra's egg from the museum. Hartley eventually catches the world's greatest conman, Nolan Booth, but the egg they confiscate turns out to be fake. Das suspects that Hartley might be behind this entire scheme, so she calls the other law enforcers to come and detain him. Though Hartley vows that he's being set up, he gets sent to a crusted, busted prison. His cellmate turns out to be Booth, who was also sent to jail after getting caught by Hartley during his escape from the museum. During one of their nightly talks on bunker beds, Booth assumes that the bishop, Booth's rival criminal named the world's greatest art thief, framed Hartley. After a prison fight with the most assertive and dominant man in the room, both Booth and Hartley get called in for a meeting by the captain overlooking the prison. Turns out they were going to be meeting the infamous bishop. The bishop reveals that she framed Hartley and has already stolen the first and second egg and is on her way to steal the third one. Now all she needs is for Booth to tell her because apparently he's the only one in the entire world to know the exact location of the third egg. Of course, Booth resists giving any sort of information, and after the bishop leaves the room, both cell inmates mastermind a plan to break out of the prison and stop the bishop from stealing the third egg. From here on out, we can sort of see how they look like partners in crime, but it's important to remember that they are working together for different goals. All the FBI agent Hartley wants to do is to arrest the bishop and clear his name, while Booth wants to actually steal the third egg to prove that he's a better and more mightier thief than the bishop. Now they escape, encounter the bishop, and it cuts to the scene where Booth and Hartley are physically abused until Booth gives in and tells him the world's greatest art thief where the third egg actually is. Booth tells the bishop that the egg is in Egypt, but little does the bishop know that Booth was lying this entire time. Booth tells Hartley where the third egg actually is, that is, Argentina, and the movie cuts to both of them trekking the forest in Argentina. Behold, they find the third egg, but it turns out that the bishop as well as the Interpol agent were following behind them. The 3 work together to escape the law enforcement and the Interpol agent until the 3 manage to escape with the egg, but when Booth expects Hartley to arrest the bishop, the 2 kiss. Turns out Hartley is not an FBI agent, a criminal, or anything like that. He was the second bishop working with his partner in crime to screw Booth over. They are the 2 bishops. The story doesn't end here, but that's the general gist of what the movie's about. The movie has released in November 5th, 2021, and its main target audience is young adults. Now let me introduce to you the 3 main cast. First off, Hartley was played by Dwayne Johnson. The world's greatest art thief, aka the first bishop, was Gal Gadot, and the world's greatest conman, also known as Nolan Booth, was Ryan Reynolds. Though I personally found it amusing and joyful, mostly because I'm a huge fan of The Rock, this movie was heavily panned by critics, scoring a 39% satisfaction rate on Rotten Tomatoes. Many critics thought that the ending was too confusing and that the production budget was unnecessarily high. Another critic from the New York Times pointed out that everyone also had extremely high expectations for the film, as it was produced under a famous 3-star franchise company with high-profile actors and actresses. Overall, I guess there's a lot of mixed emotions about the movie, and it wasn't able to be as big of a hit as many had once assumed. Now, what's your opinion of the movie? If you're interested, go check it out on Netflix or your local theater. Thanks for watching TTONL. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. We hope to see you next time.